Deadspin is finally dead, at least for now. Let's talk about it. How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about the entire staff of the woke, liberal, leftist, ridiculous, quote-unquote sports rag called Deadspin being laid off. This includes one Mr. Karen Phillips, the guy who wrote that infamous article that defamed 9-year-old Holden Armenta as a cultural appropriator and a racist for wearing native headdress and his favorite football team's colors as face paint at a Kansas City Chiefs Las Vegas Raiders game. Now, this is great news, fantastic news. I got on my phone this morning, and that was the first story I saw. It got my day off to a perfect start. It put some pep in my step because there isn't many other organizations, websites, media companies, whatever you want to call it, that deserve to have this happen more than Deadspin. Oh, they deserve it because of not just the Holden Armenta fiasco, not just that, not just Karen Phillips. I'm talking about Deadspin as a brand has had a bad reputation. They've been a rag for years and years and years and years. This whole thing with Holden Armenta was the proverbial straw on the camel's back. It was a nail in the coffin. It was one too many pebbles in the pebble container and the whole thing spilled over. That's what happened here. Now, before I go too far into my opinion about it, let's check out an article right here from Commie News Network. You see what's happening. Deadspin's entire staff has been laid off after the sports site was sold to a startup. So let me explain what's going on here so I can be crystal clear. This is why I said at the beginning, they're dead, at least for now. You see there's other companies listed on this screenshot. This is, I guess you would say, Deadspin's homepage. And you see Jezebel and Gizmodo, Kotaku. I think all those websites, at least at one point, were owned by the same parent company. What happened to Deadspin is similar to what happened to Jezebel. Jezebel, I believe, was sold as well, and their staff was fired, or the majority of the staff, and they shut down for a while. But they came back, and the content strategy and the staff was different. The same thing could happen to Deadspin. Here's what they're going to do. I think there was 11 staff members at Deadspin. That could be an inaccurate number, but I read that number. 11 staff members. They're all going to be fired. Everybody. They probably won't come back, including, they're probably going to get to in a minute, Karen Phillips. What they're going to do, rather than having 11 full-time staff members, there might be one person overlooking an AI farm. Okay, you're going to have your Chat GPT equivalent pumping out articles to feed the masses of people who are subscribed to them. Not like this is the majority of us out here in the world. I'm talking about their subscriber base. They're going to feed the majority of their subscriber base of their email list with AI generated content, maybe some editorialized stuff here and there. What they probably are not going to have is any more Karen Phillips fiascos where they got to get sued by the family of a 9-year-old because some woke writer got overambitious and ridiculous and decided to defame a little kid. Now, speaking about Karen Phillips, this is his Twitter page right now. Okay, as you can see, it's locked. I'm not blocked. It says these tweets are protected. Only approved followers can see Karen Phillips' posts. Now, I know his name is not spelled Karen, but we're going to pronounce it that way because of what he did to Holden Armenta. But you see right here, it says Pulitzer Prize nominee, 2019, NABJ, that's the National Association of Black Journalists Award, 16 PABJ Journalist of the Year. Previously, Deadspin, Shadow League, New York Daily News, Delaware Online. So you can see that he's listed. He has been fired from Deadspin, which is fantastic. And again, the entire Deadspin staff has been fired. Now, let's go back to what he did. This is an article that he wrote back in November of last year. Do you see this? The previous headline, before they changed it, the NFL needs to speak out against the Kansas City Chiefs fan in blackface native headdress. And then the subhead says they're doubling up on the racism. Are you going to say anything, Roger Goodell? So you call out this 9-year-old boy, accusing him of racism and cultural appropriation, and you want to call out the NFL commissioner, Roger Goodell, one of the most powerful men on planet Earth. I mean, the dumb here is out of this world. It was such, like, this was probably one of the worst cases of quote unquote journalism I've ever seen in my life. You didn't do any due diligence. You didn't do any research. You saw a screen grab and didn't even bother to look at any other footage of the game. You saw this one side of the boy's face and thought it was blackface. Okay. And okay, it's the Kansas City Chiefs game. The Chiefs. Who are the Chiefs? These are Native Americans. This young boy right here, as you later found out, Mr. Karen Phillips, he's also Native American. His grandfather is on the board of a tribe in California, the Chumash Indian tribe in California. So it's like, what are you doing? What exactly are you doing? And then, of course, that's the actual picture, the black and red face paint. If you would have did a little bit of due diligence and looked at some more footage or maybe one more picture, you would have saw that. But you just saw the screenshot and reacted immediately and did a whole hit piece on this boy, a 9-year-old boy. And you see how the headline and the article changed. The NFL must ban native headdresses and culturally sensitive face paint in the stands. Okay. And you still want to keep calling out Roger Goodell, but I see that the picture of the little boy is gone now. I see that you went ahead and got that out of there. And you see that they are suing Deadspin. Now, I think the lawsuit will continue even after, the sale, the acquisition by the startup company, although the entire staff has been fired because, as I said, the brand will probably still be there. And they are just gonna kind of reconfigure some things to not lose money on guys like Karen Phillips because they will pay for that. Oh yeah, look, a 9-year-old boy and you defamed him, and the family was getting death threats online from people, and it could have got really serious. You know, it could have got to the point where some idiot, some moron, some mouth breather showed up to his house, the young boy's house, and then it would have been something else. Somebody could have seriously got hurt. All because Karen Phillips didn't do his due diligence and wanted to put wokeness above anything, above research, above just having a brain. He put all of that above everything. It was a whole big mess. But again, I am glad that this has happened to them. They deserve it. And again, all their staff are fired effective right now, today, as I speak. Will they come back? Probably so. It won't be any of the same staff that was there before, because why would you fire people to only rehire them? It doesn't make any sense. You got to onboard and do all that. Just fire everybody and bring on your own guys. It'll probably be some AI, some Chat GPT, Grammarly, something like that with one guy. There's no need to have a website like that run by a lot of people, a lot of woke people pushing their own political narrative. The days for that kind of thing are long gone. And since it was sold to a startup, as I close, since it was sold to a startup, startups are notoriously failure prone. So they may get bought and then just get put on the shelf, never to return. And I hope the latter, about getting put on the shelf to never return, is the ultimate fate of Deadspin, because as I said from the beginning, not many other companies deserve this fate as much as Deadspin. But I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? What's your thoughts on Deadspin having to basically go out of business, firing everybody, probably never return? Whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments below. You guys know where I'm at. This was something that was inevitable because they've been the rag for years and years and years and years and years. I'm surprised they made it this long. I think the whole Karen Phillips thing was the icing on the cake, the straw on the camel's back, the nail in the coffin. It was the final absolute last straw. There were so many incidents, so many defamatory statements, inflammatory statements, libel, slander, and just so much drama and hatred on that website. It was high time that they came to an end. The Holden Armenta situation happens in November of 23, March 24. All staff are fired. Is it a coincidence? I'm not quite sure, but whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.